Good morning and welcome. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to dive into one of the most profound subjects explored in the Quran, the very nature and definition of the human being. What does it truly mean to be human? The Quran doesn't give a simple one-line answer. Instead, it uses multiple, specific terms like asterisk, Insan asterisk, asterisk, Basyar asterisk, and asterisk, Khalifah, asterisk, to paint a comprehensive, and sometimes even contradictory, picture of who we are. To truly understand this, we can break down the Qur'an's definition of a human being into three logical pillars: our origin, our status, and role, and finally, our inherent nature. Let's begin with the first pillar, our dual origin. The Quran defines humanity not by one, but by two distinct components of creation: the material and the spiritual. First, the material component. The Quran repeatedly emphasizes that our physical body, our organic structure, originates from the earth. It speaks of us being created from asterisk turb, dust, and clay, or a asterisk, nutfa, asterisk, a drop of fluid. This is the part of us that we share with the rest of the physical world. The significance of this is profound. Our physical origin is a constant reminder of our humble beginnings, our limitations, and our eventual mortality. It's meant to ground us, to instill humility, and to guard us against arrogance. The Quranic term asterisk, Basyar, asterisk, often translated as mortal or man, is frequently used to highlight this biological, visible aspect of our existence. When the Quran mentions prophets walking in the markets, eating and drinking, it uses the term asterisk, Basyar asterisk, to show they were fully human, sharing the same physical needs and frailties as everyone else. But that's only half the story. The second, and uniquely human, component is the asterisk rach, or the spirit. This is where our story takes a turn from the ordinary to the extraordinary. In a powerful verse, the Quran states that after fashioning Adam from clay, God breathed of my spirit into him. This infusion of the divine spirit is what elevates humanity above all other known creatures. It is the very source of our conscience, our intellect, what the Quran calls asterisk and our capacity for moral choice. This is our non-physical essence, the spark that makes us capable of connecting with the divine and striving for perfection. So, the human being is presented as this incredible composite creature, part physical dust, part divine light. This duality is the foundation for everything else the Quran says about us. This brings us to our second pillar, our elevated status and ultimate role. Based on this dual origin, the Quran assigns two incredible responsibilities to humanity. First, it describes us as being created in the best of stature, or asterisk. Asanai, in Surah 10, God affirms, "We have certainly created man in the best of stature." This isn't just about our physical appearance, our upright posture, or the dexterity of our hands, although those are part of it. More importantly, it refers to the magnificent and complex structure of our minds and our emotions. We possess the unique ability to think abstractly, to learn cumulatively, to reason logically, and to articulate complex ideas through language capacities that are simply unmatched in the rest of creation. This is the source of our inherent dignity, or asterisk karma, which the Quran insists must be respected for every single human being, regardless of their race, gender, or social status. Building on this inherent dignity, the Quran gives us a primary functional role, to be God's asterisk, Khalifah, or vicegerent. On earth, when God announced to the angels, "I will place a vicegerent on earth," it was a declaration of humanity's grand purpose. This role is described as an asterisk, amana asterisk, a sacred trust, and it's such a massive responsibility that, as the Quran tells us, the heavens, the earth, and the mountains were offered this trust, but they refused to bear it, fearing its weight. But humanity accepted it. As a asterisk Khalifah asterisk, we are tasked with two main duties. First, stewardship. To manage and maintain the earth and its resources, to uphold justice, and to prevent corruption and chaos. known as asterisk. Second, implementation. To establish God's moral and ethical principles within society, creating a civilization that is balanced, just, and compassionate. This role gives our lives profound purpose. It transforms our existence from a mere biological accident into a moral mission. Our true success, from this perspective, isn't measured by material gain or power, but by how well we fulfill this sacred trust. Now, for our third and final pillar, our complex and contradictory nature. This is best captured by the most frequently used term for human in the Qur'an. Asterisk in. This word encapsulates our paradoxical nature, our incredible potential for both sublime goodness and despicable evil. The Qur'an is unflinchingly realistic about the human condition. It doesn't paint a rosy picture. It shows us as we are, with all our virtues and all our flaws. For every positive potential, there is a corresponding negative tendency. We have the capacity for immense gratitude, or asterisk shukr asterisk. Yet the Qur'an also calls asterisk insan ungrateful. We are encouraged to have patience, or Basyar. Yet we are described as being hasty, or asterisk ajil. We are created for worship, or asterisk ibda. But we are also inherently argumentative, or asterisk kiye. We are called to be agents of justice, or asterisk adel asterisk. Yet we are also described as oppressive and ignorant alm. Anjar in the very verse that mentions us accepting the great trust. The Qur'an explains this paradox by telling us that we are born with an innate, pure disposition toward good, known as the asterisk fitra asterisk, but we are also susceptible to forgetfulness and temptation. In fact, some scholars link the root word of asterisk insan to the Arabic verb asterisk nasiya asterisk, which means to forget. We forget our origin, our purpose, and our creator. So, the human experience, as defined by the Qur'an, is not a static state. It's a dynamic struggle. It's a constant, internal battle between the demands of our lower, physical nature, our desires, our ego, our hastiness, and the pull of a higher, spiritual potential, our conscience, our reason, and our connection to God. So, to conclude, what is the Qur'an's definition of a human being? In short, it is a multi-layered identity. First, we are a dual entity, a miraculous fusion of physical earth and divine spirit, making us both humble and noble. Second, we are a moral agent, uniquely honored as God's Vizirin on earth, carrying the ultimate trust to build a just and beautiful world. And third, we are a paradox, a being named asterisk insan, who possesses the potential to rise to the ranks of angels through faith and good deeds, or to sink lower than the beasts through ignorance and transgression. Our entire life, from beginning to end, is the stage for this great moral decision. The question the Qur'an leaves us with is this: which part of our nature will we choose to define us? Will it be the clay, or will it be the spirit? Thank you so much for joining me on this brief exploration. If you found this reflection valuable, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. We appreciate your support.